Imagine stepping into your cruise cabin, ready for the perfect getaway, only to make a mistake that could get you fined, embarrassed, even kicked off the ship. From innocent slip-ups to overlooked rules, these 21 cabin blunders can ruin your trip fast. Real stories, insider tips, and lessons included. 1. Ignoring the safety briefing in your cabin. I get it. You've just boarded, you're buzzing with excitement, and the last thing you want to do is sit through a safety drill. But here's the thing. This drill isn't just a formality, it's your lifeline. Cruise ships are basically floating cities, and in an emergency, knowing where to go and what to do isn't optional, it's essential. Every ship has a muster drill before departure, where you'll learn your evacuation point, how to put on a life jacket, and what the alarms mean. I've seen people treat it like background noise while they browse through their phone. Not smart. If there's ever a real emergency, you won't have time to figure it out on the spot. And yes, the crew notes who skips it. Repeat offenders can face fines or even be denied boarding in the future. Treat it as your VIP survival tutorial. 5 minutes of attention now means you can relax for the rest of the cruise knowing you're ready for anything. 2. Using forbidden electrical appliances. The cabin might feel like a hotel room, but please remember, it's not designed to handle the same electrical load. Packing a travel iron, hot plate, or even certain coffee makers can pose a serious fire risk. Ships have strict fire safety rules, and rightly so. Fires at sea are no joke. I once watched a steward remove a guest's plug-in kettle on the very first day, and the guest was shocked, pun intended. Some people believe no one will find out. However, through constant cabin checks, the crew definitely will. If you want to steam clothes, go for the self-service laundry areas or pressing services available at the ship. Use room service or the ship's cafe for coffee. And here's the catch. If you cause any damage or set off alarms, you could be charged a hefty fine or even removed from the ship. Make sure to go over the cruise line's banned item list before packing your appliances. A smooth trip is worth leaving that $10 travel iron at home. 3. Leaving balcony doors open. The sounds of waves and a cool sea breeze might seem romantic, but leaving your balcony door open might lead to more issues than you might imagine. It interferes with the ship's temperature control system, causing your stateroom to become either extremely hot or extremely cold. It may also result in condensation, which could lead to mold and slick flooring. The worst situation, the door can slam shut with enough power on windy days to shatter glass or cause injuries. Unsecured documents, clothing, and personal belongings have been reported to fly straight into the ocean. Also, keep in mind that balconies are subject to abrupt weather changes, so a nice breeze could transform into a strong gale. If you really want that open air feel, spending some time on deck or sitting outside with the door closed behind you. Trust me, it's better than dealing with a damaged cabin. Or worse, explaining to the crew why half your belongings are now floating somewhere near the Bahamas. Now, before we continue, if you find these sort of tips helpful, give us a subscribe and a thumbs up. It helps us keep the lights on around here. All right, now let's get back to the video. 4. Hanging clothes or towels on the balcony rail. Drying your towel or swimwear in the sun seems harmless. However, even a slight breeze on a moving ship can grab those objects and toss them into the sea. Cruise lines take littering at sea seriously, so it's more than just losing your favorite beachwear. In certain situations, you might even be requested to disembark in addition to being fined. Additionally, hanging cloth over the rail may block the view of other travelers or spill onto others below. So yeah, this one time 2 decks down, I saw a towel fly off and land on someone's breakfast. Not exactly the way to start a relaxing morning. Use the ship's laundry service, a portable drying rack inside your cabin, or the retractable clothesline in your shower if you need to dry your garments. The ocean breeze is perfect for your hair, but not for your clothes. Keep your balcony rails clear to avoid embarrassment or unnecessary drama. 5. Storing food improperly in the cabin. You brought a supply of snacks just in case, right? You can be attracting unwanted guests. Tiny ones with legs if it's not securely sealed. Ants and other insects can detect open food very fast, despite the cruise ship's constant efforts to keep cabins pest-free. One neighbor of mine left pastries out in the open, and the steward was quietly doing extra cleaning in the room the next day. Even worse, in a tiny cabin space, some foods can produce odors that remain for days. So the solution's straightforward. Keep everything perishable in your mini fridge. If you have one, then store all the snacks in airtight containers or resealable bags. Even better, keep in mind that food is provided almost all the time on cruise ships. You will not go hungry. Keep your cabin clean, stay away from the clutter, and indulge your midnight cravings at the buffet. 6. Overpacking and blocking cabin space. Cruise cabins are compact, and when you overpack, every inch counts. Bringing 3 suitcases for a 7-day trip might sound smart until you're tripping over them on your way to the bathroom. One time I sailed with a couple who brought so much luggage they ended up having to store 1 suitcase in the shower. Not ideal. Overpacking also makes unpacking a chore and repacking at the end downright exhausting. The secret is versatile clothing and re-wearing items. No one's keeping track of your outfits, except maybe you. Most cabins have storage under the bed for suitcases, but that space is useless if you bring oversized or hard-shell luggage that doesn't fit. Also, cruise lines offer laundry services mid-trip, so you don't need to bring an outfit every single day. Pack light, keep your cabin clutter-free, and you'll actually enjoy your space instead of feeling like you're living in a closet with a sea view. 7. Ignoring cabin temperature controls. It's tempting to drop the thermostat all the way down to ice cave mode or turn it off completely to save energy. But cabins are designed to maintain a balanced temperature. Excessively messing with the settings can cause issues like excess condensation or even trigger maintenance calls from the crew. On one cruise, my neighbor kept their AC blasting with the balcony door open, and it turned the whole hallway humid. No one enjoys that. Also, rapid temperature changes can damage the ship's climate control system. And if the crew needs to repair something, you could end up with no air conditioning for hours, even days. The sweet spot is a comfortable, steady setting you can just leave alone. If you're too warm or cold, let your cabin steward know. They can often adjust things more effectively. Your comfort is important, but so is keeping the ship's systems running smoothly for everyone. 8. Failing to lock away valuables. Your cabin is private, but it's not a bank vault. Passports, credit cards, and jewelry should always be kept in the cabin safe, even when cleaning or maintenance may require crew members to access. Reportedly, people have left cash envelopes on the counter just for a minute only to discover them gone later. Valuables can easily get lost or knocked into a drawer you forget about it, even if it's not theft. You're just making it too simple for opportunistic thieves to steal if you leave your valuables out or your cabin unlocked while in port. Using the safe takes seconds and saves a lot of stress. For electronics, keep them in drawers or zip bags when not in use. Treat your cabin like a hotel room. Secure your things and you can relax knowing your most important items are safe, whether you're sunbathing on deck or exploring a new city. 9. Forgetting to check for maintenance issues immediately. When you first enter your cabin, it's tempting to dump your luggage and head straight to the buffet. First, take 5 minutes to check if everything works. Lights, AC, outlets, plumbing, and TV. Guests discover a clogged sink or broken balcony door on day 4. By then, fixing it might be harder, and you've endured days of inconvenience. If reported immediately, it would give crew time to fix the issues, or if necessary, move you to a separate cabin. Crew staff respond quickly to issues they're aware of. Inform the steward of any previous damage, such as scratches on furniture or stains on carpet, to avoid getting blamed later. A quick scan at the beginning of the cruise prevents you from dealing with avoidable problems mid-cruise. Plus, it sets the tone for a smooth, comfortable stay right from day 1. 10. Being too noisy for your neighbors. Just a disclaimer, walks on cruise ships aren't entirely soundproof. If you stomp around in heels, blast music, or let your kids run wild, your neighbors are going to hear it and they may complain. I've experienced both ends of this. Once I was kept wide awake by a late-night karaoke session next door, and another time I was shushed because I didn't realize how thin the walls were. Excessive noise can also get the attention of security, and repeat violators can face warnings or fines. Remember, your neighbors are on vacation too. That includes being mindful on your balcony. Loud conversations or phone calls can carry several cabins over. If you're a night owl, opt for headphones for music or TV. And if you're an early riser, keep morning activities quiet until a reasonable hour. A peaceful cabin environment is one of the best parts of a cruise. Don't be the one to ruin it for someone else. 11. ignoring the daily cabin cleaning schedule. It may be tempting to avoid letting the steward in, especially if you're sleeping or unwinding, but daily cabin cleaning is done for a reason. They restock towels, toiletries, and occasionally even snacks, and they take care of any minor issues before they become major ones. I've had friends who postponed granting access and ended up without fresh towels for 2 days, which is definitely not fun after a long day on deck. Cruise ships have got strict schedules, so if you're not in when the cleaning crew arrives, you may miss your turn completely. Additionally, continuous refusals may irritate staff or even cause management to flag you. Keep this simple tip in mind. Leave a do not disturb sign if you need privacy, but plan around the daily cleaning window. Trust me, a tidy cabin, restocked amenities, and a happy steward makes your cruise experience smoother, leaving more time for sunbathing, exploring, or just relaxing. 12. Overpacking the cabin with luggage. Cruise cabins are cozy, small by design with limited storage space. Overpacking can turn your personal haven into a cluttered nightmare. I once sailed with a couple who brought unlimited bags that they were unable to walk to the balcony without stepping over a suitcase. Not only does it look untidy, but it also poses safety hazards. Tripping over bags in a moving ship can result in injuries. Cruise lines encourage practical packing, but you're allowed some wardrobe variety. Laundry services mid-voyage help you re-wear items instead of bringing an outfit for every day. Pro tip: store luggage under the bed or in designated closets and clear the walking space. Packing strategically keeps your cabin comfortable, reduces worry, and makes unpacking and repacking at the end of the cruise comfortable. This tip can make a big difference in your overall cruise experience. 13. Leaving valuables in plain sight. Your cabin might feel like a private oasis, but leaving electronics, cash, or jewelry out in the open is risky. Crew members may enter for cleaning or maintenance, and while incidents are rare, misplaced items do happen. I once saw someone leaving a phone charging on a countertop, gone by the time they returned. Even if theft isn't the risk, loose items can get knocked into drawers behind furniture or accidentally disposed of during cleaning. Solution's simple. Use the in-cabin safe for passports, cash, and other valuables. Keep electronics tucked away when you leave for excursions or pool time. Treat your cabin like a hotel room. Secure your important items, and you'll enjoy your vacation without that constant "did I lock it" anxiety. Peace of mind makes a cruise so much more enjoyable. 14. Using balcony furniture for climbing. I've seen people do it just for a photo, standing on the railing or a chair to get the perfect ocean shot. That's a bad idea. Cruise lines treat climbing or jumping from balconies as a major safety violation. The risk of falling overboard isn't worth the thrill, and even minor slips can cause serious injury. Plus, security cameras and neighbors notice, and the consequences are real. Some passengers have been removed mid-cruise for this exact reason. If you want to enjoy the view, do it safely. Sit, lean, or take photos from a solid, stable spot on your balcony or deck. There's no need to risk life and limb for a social media post. Your cabin is for relaxation, not for stunts. Keep your feet on solid ground and enjoy the ocean safely. It's way more memorable when you actually make it back to shore. 15. Hanging wet clothes over the fire sprinkler. Draping robes, swimwear, and wet towels over sprinkler heads may seem practical, but it's a serious safety risk. Sprinklers have sensitive fire systems, and blocking them might trigger alarms or, worse, prevent them from operating during a real fire. I've even heard stories of unintentional water leaks when guests left damp items hanging too close. Use the indoor drying rack or the retractable bathroom line to dry your clothes. Laundry services on board can also take care of your swimwear. A little planning keeps your cabin intact to prevent accidents or fire safety issues. Remember, sprinklers are there for everyone's protection, and a wet swimsuit on a fire alarm is not worth the risk. 16. Bringing candles or open flames. It sounds romantic. Dim lighting, candles flickering, maybe some soft music, but on cruise ships, open flames, strict no-nos. They pose fire hazards in small enclosed spaces, and even minor occurrences can trigger large-scale evacuations. Candles have been confiscated right away, and repeat violations may get you in serious trouble. Instead, go for the perfect alternative: battery-powered tea lights. Same cozy ambiance, zero fire risk. For a more romantic feel, you can go for LED lamps or string lights. Trust me, the flicker of a safe LED candle is better than a visit from the security team, or worse, getting removed from your cabin. Safety first, ambiance second. 17. Leaving lights and electronics running. It may seem harmless to leave a phone charging or the TV on while you're out, but small cruise cabins have a limited power supply. Overloading outlets or leaving devices unattended can trigger trip circuits or even alarms. I once came back to find someone's phone charger unplugged by a steward because it was left unattended for hours. Cruise ships take fire prevention seriously. Even an electronic toothbrush left plugged in can be considered a hazard. To avoid unnecessary problems, unplug devices when not in use, and rely on the cabin safe or a backpack for electronics during excursions. Implement these small habits to prevent minor annoyances from turning into real headaches and keep your cruise stress-free. 18. Using the cabin as a party room. Your cabin might seem like your private escape, but it's definitely not the ideal location to host large gatherings or late-night parties. Noise complaints, spilled drinks, even minor accidents can get security involved. I once saw a group of friends start a mini club in the cabin, and by 11 p.m., security came knocking at the door and everyone got a formal warning. Subsequent offenders face fines or removal from the ship. Keep parties to public areas like decks, lounges, or designated bars. Your cabin needs to be a place to unwind, recharge, and escape the crowds. Following these simple rules maintains you on good terms with your neighbors and ensure your vacation is stress-free. 19. Blocking emergency exits. Cruise cabins are compact, yet it's essential to keep hallways, balconies, and stairways clear. Covering these areas with luggage or extra furniture can obstruct evacuations and be considered a serious violation. The crew had to step in immediately when I saw a family leaving a stack of luggage close to the exit. This isn't just about following rules, it's about keeping everyone on board safe. Be sure to store luggage under beds or in closets to keep pathways open. Emergency exits, not optional, they are mandatory. And failing to comply with this regulation may result in serious fines or official reports. Clear your routes and keep your cruise smooth and incident-free. 20. Flushing the wrong items in the bathroom. Don't mistake cruise ship toilets as home toilets. They use vacuum systems that can clog easily. Flushing wipes, paper towels, even small hygiene products can block entire systems and affect multiple cabins. The bathroom selection has been closed for hours due to a single bad flush. Use the trash bin instead for anything that's not toilet paper. Believe me, resisting the urge to flush just this once item preserves your bathroom in working order and saves you from causing other people to experience plumbing problems. Simple habits in the bathroom avert big headaches later. 21. Forgetting to check for left items on disembarkation day. This one mistake can happen more than you imagine. People forget chargers, clothes, or souvenirs in the rush to leave. Once you leave the cabin, getting a hold of misplaced items can be a nightmare, sometimes requiring special requests or waiting till the next port. I've heard guests lose small but valuable items like jewelry or travel adapters because they forgot to check their cabin thoroughly. A quick sweep of every corner, under beds, and inside drawers and storage compartments before you leave ensures you packed everything. This 5-minute habit seriously saves you from the post-cruise panic hassle. Look once, look twice, and disembark with peace of mind knowing that all your belongings are with you. Smooth sailing starts here. Avoid these 21 serious cruise cabin mistakes so that your next cruise can be stress-free and unforgettable. If this video was helpful, hit like and subscribe to remain updated with more insider cruise hacks and travel secrets.